Well, hello guys, welcome back to episode 27 of Gottne Till I Die, the series where I'm taking a small Swedish fourth tier football club and trying to do my very, very best with them. So we're doing all right. We've had a couple of promotions to the Swedish second tier of football. And just in the last episode, you guys saw us get a promotion out of this one as well. So we are going to be playing in the top division of Swedish football in the next episode, which is utterly, utterly fantastic. So that's going to come to you next week. As you can see, Gottne are champions, and we've got one more game to play against Degerfors. We played 3 or 2 games since you were last together, and we just want to use this last episode of this season just as a little look through the team, think about who's going to be here next year, who might not be here next year, what we need to do to try and make sure that we stick in the division. We need to make sure we don't get relegated, and it's going to be really tough considering the quality of teams that are a little bit higher up. Very happy to see Örebro had a terrible start to the season, but they managed to pick things up and have finished in 7th, which is respectable. They were favourites to go up. So A+, you can see, very, very nice. Let's have a little look at the results that we've just had. So there's a couple of results which you can kind of see on the side there. So we played Norby after the Örebro game, beat them 2-0, really quite good. Sigurd Palsson and Hasan Begovic with the goals. Then we went away to Mjällby, who were already relegated, and yeah, they beat us fair and square. No complaints about this. They deserved the win. We kind of came back a little bit at the end, but they put their chances away. We didn't. And Kevin Jarrett with our goal. I thought when we equalised, I thought we might go on to win it, but they scored another one very soon after. Yeah, so I take, in my mind, it's probably a little bit of complacency. We've won the league, so what? I did, I put a couple of other people in just to give a few games in there. So Fikey got a game. We had Kirkeby right back. We had Jan and Erkan in there. We had a couple of injuries, an injury to Jordan Simpson, which shook us a little bit. I can't remember when that was. I think it was I think it was first half. We lost Badkey as well. So that was, it wasn't great. We weren't able to change things around that much because we'd already made the substitutions earlier in the game. Right, so let's go over and see what team we're putting out. I've already selected it. So we're playing 6th place. As you can see, we are having to change the structure just a little bit, the formation, not structure. What piss am I talking about? And that is because Svenland is out. So I could put Jan in there, but this system seemed to work okay last time we played it. So putting Hagman in as the ball-winning midfielder, we're alongside Simpson. So the team outside of that, also midfield, Inga Munson is playing because Badkey is just about recovered from injury. Jarrett on the right, and we've got Hasan Begovic and Sigurd Palsson up top. It's a really random way to read the team. And across the back line, Safstrom, Erkan Jan and Sjöberg with Bernat in goal. So I've been busy in the trying to make sure that our best players stay for next season. One of the things I've been trying to do, haven't managed to finalise this yet, but it's looking okay at the moment, is extend the loans of Bernat and Simpson. I think that's really important. 2 of our best players in the team. The other main issue that we have is Sigurd Palsson's contract his contract is up at the end of this season, so we need to try and make sure that he is also still here next season, because I think if we lose Sigurd Palsson, that's a big chunk of our firepower gone. My Traore will be leaving. I have let his contract is expiring. I'm going to let him go. Van Leest alongside him will also be going. I've decided to retain Hagman as a backup and nothing more than that, just as someone to provide a little bit of backup as and when we might need it. First highlight, 43 minutes. Wow, off the post. Bit of excitement, and no one's running for that. So the team, certainly for this level, is really, I'm quite happy with it. Obviously, it's a very, very small squad, and we'll have to think about what size squad we need, what size squad we can cope with. There's going to be some more expenditure being in the league above and being a full-time professional club. That's going to cost us more money than it would do if we weren't a full-time professional club. Jarrett loms it up the field. Sigurd Palsen's got past his man. Is he going to have a shot? No, he doesn't. He sets up Hassan Begovic. He misses. Wow, I would have put money on him scoring that. He doesn't miss many of those. And we'll have a look also at the end of this at the player of the season and all that sort of stuff, which should pop up as soon as this game is finished. So 70 minutes in, we got another highlight. Ingemarsson's got it, but he's lost the ball. That's we'll talk about that afterwards, but in terms of where I think we need to make... Oh, it's a lovely finish, Edvardsson. I mean, we could finish the season with 2 losses, which, I mean, it'd be disappointing, but it doesn't really matter anymore, does it? So we're going to show some passion. We fired them up. That's important. Lovely ball there. Colic. Just something babies get. Come on. Get the ball off them. Well, come on. What happened there? Goalkeeper kind of slid through the guy. Let's have a look at this again. Lindell into Anderson and Hellstrom. I mean, not sure about that. I don't think physically that's a possibility that could ever happen, but we're going to make some changes. Hagman can come off. Badkey. Let's put Badkey. Oh no, I thought it says he can play at wing back. Oh, we'll bring Kirkby on. There we go. 3 changes. I don't really care, to be honest. This isn't what this is all about. We're enjoying being champions of the league. You know, we've played okay, not brilliantly, but just okay. We've given away a few chances. Not really created much, which is a little bit of a worry. Goalkeeper makes a lovely save though. He's going to be having a lot of that to do come next season. Anderson. And Bernat holds on to it. Is he gonna spring a long one here? No, he's going to let his centre backs do this. Yarn short to Simpson. I mean, it'd be amazing if he could stay. That would be very, very good. Jarrett over the top. Sigurd Palsen. Oh, dear me. He just about kept it out. Shame. Lovely little bit of play there. And yeah, Fikey's not got a lot of games, and we've not really been playing 2 in midfield in the traditional sense. I mean, maybe that's something I should have changed. So we've certainly not been anywhere near as strong after we lost Viljanen as before it. He was an absolute rock. But yeah, he's gone to Malmo. Still hasn't played a game for them. I just checked. Just disappointing. Lindell down the left side. I don't imagine he'll complete his run. And that's it. Well, it's a 2-0 loss. I thought we'd scored a goal, but no. I thought they'd scored 3 and we'd scored 1. I'm really confused. I clearly not, but I don't normally get both scores wrong. So anyway, 2-0 loss. It's not the end of the world. I knew at least we were 2 goals behind. Right then, so that's it. We are league victors. We win the league by 10 points. Fairly straightforward. Bit disappointing to lose that. Let's have a look through the end of season awards and all that sort of stuff. As you can see, we've just had loan offers accepted for Simpson and Bernat, and we've also just got £1 million for winning the league, which is kind of cool. We'll just move on a little bit until we see some information about the leagues. Yeah, the interesting thing with Sigurd Palsson is that he had said, here we go, here it is. So, inductions into overall best 11 squad. Let's have a little look through this because I think this might be quite interesting. So this is what we were using for years. Interestingly, Hasanbegovic isn't in there. It's Sigurd Palsson. So Van Leest in goal, Hennig left back, Zerat, Jan, Sjoberg. That's in their prime. That would have been a good team. Badkey on the left, Simpson on the right. Interesting. I mean, he doesn't play on the. Well, I suppose he can. I've not played him there. Harmon, Hagman, and Feike. What's Danny Harmon up to these days? He's playing at Exeter. Look at that. Actually getting game. Oh, he's not playing well though, is he? Nice. Right, let's end the season awards. Well, I think that's brilliant. Hasanbegovic, he wins the player of the season. He didn't even start out as if he was going to be playing in the team. I thought it was more likely to be Sigurd Palsson and Alp, but Alp didn't really do much. Sigurd Palsson came second and Jordan Simpson third. I think a brilliant set of players there. Top goal scorer was Sigurd Palsson, although the highest average rating was Hasanbegovic with 7.29. That's pretty good. Jordan Simpson with 10 assists. Epic stuff. Pass completion with Sigurd Palsson with 86%. It's not bad for a forward, really. Especially if things that, we were playing a lot of long balls, so a lot of things would, knock off him into the opposition. So you think in that circumstances it might be quite hard to get a good pass completion. Most man of the matches awards, well, no surprises there. Jordan Simpson wins that. Sven Land, 10 yellow cards. He was, we had a load of red cards as well. 1, 2, 5 red cards. We still managed to win the league. Utterly mad. Club vision for next season. Fight bravely against relegation. Yeah, that we will. I think we'll accept all that. Team leaders: Michael Jan, Hasanbegovic, and Sigurd Palsson. It'll be a big loss if we lose him. Right, plans for next season. What shall we say? Good positions. I think that means... Oh, bloody hell. Okay, they're happy enough with that. And they're all off on holiday. So, let's have a little look at the players themselves. Sigurd Palsson and Bernat played every single game. Hasanbegovic and Safstrom only missed a couple of games. Goals wise, it's 18 for Sigurd Palsson, 16 for Hasanbegovic. That is the reason we got promoted. Jarrett was very, very good with 5 and Jordan Simpson with 4. Assists wise, well, it was Jordan Simpson and he was the main assist maker, and incredibly many more than everyone else. Chance creation, Jordan Simpson, absolutely key that we get him back next season. So I'm excited that it looks like we got a chance. Safstrom and Sigurd Palsson just behind Jordan Simpson for player of the match. That's not bad. Pass completion we've already heard about. Bernat right up there as well. Tackles, I mean, Hagman hardly played at all, but he was tackle happy. Of the players who did play, Badkey, maybe more surprisingly, was winning quite a lot of tackles. Dribbling, it was Traore, but again on very few games. Kevin Jarrett's the top performer there. Shots on target, well, we ignore him. Probably had 1 shot. And Jarrett, doing well. And then the average ratings, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players with above a 7 average rating, and Zerat and Svenland were not very far behind that. They might have actually dropped down in the last game, or from the last couple of games, but very, very good. I think that's an excellent thing. Right then, so let's have a little look at the old squad depth and where we need to improve. If we get Bernat back, that's great. He can be the first choice goalkeeper, but Van Leest is leaving, so we need a backup goalkeeper there. We've got Mendel in the reserves, but I think we need someone a little bit more capable. At centre back, we do have a lot of cover, but it would be good, I think, given we are going to a much higher level, to bring in someone who is a little more quality than that. I think left and right back, I'm fairly happy with. Certainly at right back, we are very well covered. Left back, maybe we could do with a little bit more cover. Maybe a first choice left back. To this position here, the left side of midfield position, is clearly the area where we are weakest, and that's the area where we really have to think about who we bring in there, because I think if we could get someone decent in there, we could then start to be a little bit better down both sides. Badkey, he's a good player and he's done well, but I don't see him being a good player at the division above. And you look at him, actually average rating wise, he's never really done it. And Ingemundsen brought him in as a backup, and he did that job well, but that's all he ever was. He was a backup, and I don't think we got an awful lot more there. In that context, I think we need a little bit more on the other side as well. Jarrett did very well, but I think up against better players, he's going to struggle. So, we need, certainly both sides of midfield will be big areas to strengthen. And actually, in that context, we have got someone coming in on this right side. Up top, we've got Hasanbegovic, who is, of course, brilliant. He will be here. My Traore won't be here. Sigurd Palsson, we are desperately trying to make sure he remains here, but we will have Alp as well, who's a reasonably good player. He just, he had 19 games, only one start, which is interesting. Yeah, he probably should have got a little bit more out of it than that. But the two we had were utterly brilliant. Right then, so that's where we are with that. I think I also want to just show you a transfer. So it's this lad, a Finnish lad. We haven't got the full information from him, but he looked pretty decent. He's not so good in terms of his dribbling stats, but he's got some pace. Acceleration's not so great, but in many of the other areas, the first touch and many of these other areas, he looks pretty good. 79 out of 100 as his scouting score. And on this right side, he can certainly give us a little bit more ability there. So that's very good. And we're getting him, I think, on a free at the end of his contract. So he'll certainly be someone to add to the squad, which is important. But we've got a lot of work to do, and we've got to do that with a limited budget. Even with that £1 million in the bank, we've now got 800,000 plus in the bank, but we still have only been given a 180,000 transfer budget, and that's because we'll lose the money quickly. So we need to be very, very clever with that transfer budget. I have asked for improvement of youth facilities. We had our youth intake, it was terrible again. So I think it's important, now we've got full-time training, that we make the most of that. So I think what I will do, because I think it's probably youth is where we're going to, because we're not going to be able to bring people in for much money, so we're going to have to make the most of free transfers and our own youth system. And our youth system is tragic at the minute, so we're going to really have to try and improve that. I'm looking forward to bringing in some of these young players that we've got and actually seeing how they do given a proper training setup. Okay, guys, I'm pretty much done. Let me know in the comments if there's anything specific that you want to see, anything that you're interested to see about the club, about any of the ex-players who've come through the club, and whether you think we can stay up next year. It's going to be really hard, and I know it's going to rely on the transfers. So let me know now, and then we'll go through the transfers and in the next episode that we make, and play the first game in whoever that's against, and we'll see how you think then, whether your opinion has changed. Okay, guys, thank you very much as always for watching this series. I'm really pleased the support remains on this series. I got a decent amount of views on it, decent amount of likes, which is great. So in that context, please, if you could hit the like button on the video, please subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you next time for more entertainment with Gottne in the top division of Sweden. Thank you very much. Goodbye.